Good morning, everybody. Hope you don't mind. Decided to record from a little walk outside today because it's so beautiful. I just wanted to continue along with our topic, and our topic is the difference between fear of God and love of God. That's what we've been discussing for the last few days, because fear of God is one of the 6 constant mitzvos, one of the 6 filters that we have to have on at all times as we view the world as from a Jewish point of view. And fearing God, we've discussed it. It's like, it's not the most popular idea in the world, but it doesn't mean we're supposed to walk around with dread and trepidation of getting struck down by a lightning bolt. It means we're supposed to have awe, we're supposed to have respect, we're supposed to have a healthy dosage of fear like kids maybe have of their parents. So the question is, what's greater? What's a greater level? Which is a higher level? Loving God or fearing God? So I'm sure you probably could guess that love of God is a higher level of service, a higher level of connection. Because one of them, I'm serving God, in the end of the day, I'm serving God because I have a little bit of fear about not doing the right thing and the negative consequences that can have and the ramifications of those choices, those negative choices that I make. Whereas love of God, doing things out of motivation from love, is purely because I love and yearn for that connection. So that is definitely a higher level, but you really need both. In a healthy relationship with a parent, between a parent and a child, or a boss and an employee, you need both elements. Now, take a look, for example, at the concept of tshuva. Tshuva means I've made a mistake. I went down the wrong path. I did something that I shouldn't have done, and I'm regretting it, and it's having spiritual ramifications. It's impacting me negatively in a spiritual sense, and now I want to do tshuva. Tshuva means return, it means rehabilitation, it means reconnecting spiritually, it means rebuilding myself spiritually. And there are 2 things that can motivate me to do that. One is fear of God. You know what? I'm really scared. I really messed up. I did something I shouldn't have done, and I don't want to know what the consequences are going to be. So God gives me this awesome opportunity to fix things up, to do tshuva, to reestablish my connection. I'm going to do tshuva because, quite frankly, if I don't, I'm afraid to know what the consequences are going to be. So that doesn't sound like the most noble form of repentance, if you will. But God says, you know what? I'll take that. That's fine. If that's what's motivating you, a little fear of what might happen, I will accept that tshuva. I will accept that as a valid form of repentance, and I will remove that sin or that transgression from your record. But there's a higher form of tshuva, which is tshuva motivated by love, tshuva me'ahava, and that is a completely different concept. That is, you know what? I made a mistake. I did something wrong. And as a result of that, I love God and I let him down. And there's going to be a gap now in my relationship with him. My relationship's not going to be as strong and as beautiful as it was. And I'm really motivated by a deep love and a yearning for a deeper connection to God. So I'm going to do tshuva because I love God so much. And you know what it says in the Talmud about tshuva that's done for that reason, repentance and spiritual rehabilitation that's done out of love? It says that not only are the transgressions, the errors, the sins, whatever you want to call them, erased, but they're actually flipped over onto the side of mitzvos. And those actions that were once considered to be transgressions will now be considered mitzvos, because it was a love and a yearning and a desire for closeness to God that motivated me to do that tshuva. So in the end of the day, in the final analysis, that act that I did, which started off as a transgression, truly brought me closer to God. So tshuva me'ahava is a higher level. Repentance out of love is a higher level than repentance out of fear. Something to think about and contemplate. Have a great day, everybody.